I can. Now runs. Alright, Shadox, you know that the time starts when I begin character control. So just start the timer when you see the crosshair on the screen. It's not a big deal.
Thanks, Codsworth.
Alright, so this is Fallout 4, the fourth game ever made by Bethesda. Or published by Bethesda. The fourth game ever made. Starts off in the year 2077.
Codsworth?
I know we were nervous.
Hey, hun.
Wow. Look at you.
And
How did I get so lucky?
it looks like it's the 50s, but it's not. And the thing that I'm doing right now to speed up this intro is to talk to these characters, like husband, or I guess just spouse, and Wadsworth, because when you talk to them, it'll finish their dialogue and it'll cue the flag to set for the next action in the intro to begin. This is where I do my special perks, just like New Vegas had.
Then I'm glad. Sounds great.
And I'm gonna put all endurance and agility
Sure.
and intelligence.
Thanks again. Hey, hun. For you and Sean.
Endurance reduces the amount of AP that is used when you sprint, and agility increases the size of your AP bar.
Codsworth?
Go ahead, honey. I'll be there in a second to help, okay? My boy isn't giving his mother any trouble, is he? Hey, fixed that mobile on his crib the other day.
The world record for this game was gotten by me on Tuesday, but I didn't put it on the leaderboards yet because I don't really want to. With a 49:11. The record on the leaderboards is still by me, and it's 49:12.
Codsworth?
Yes, followed by flashes, blinding flashes, sounds of explosions.
No one has ever gotten a 49:46.
Confirmation. We seem to have lost contact with
What did he
auxiliary
say?
stations.
Alright,
We do have,
so
we do have coming
once
in
the store opens, I'll finally be able to sprint.
confirmed reports.
And that's nice.
Repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear.
And I'm going to try to skip dialogue
Pennsylvania. My God.
on a guard up here, and it's really finicky and weird. And I gotta be really mashing
We need to
quick.
get to the vault. Now!
Come on, no baby jumps here. Nice. In there.
All participants, check in. That's absurd! I am on the list. You don't get in.
I'm going in. We need to get in. We're on the list.
Thank you.
Hey,
get in.
decent run.
We're
Okay.
on the
What's
list.
gonna happen to all those people?
So that's one of them few quotes in this game that are very, very popular. The "we have to get in, we're on the list" quote. You can. I've said it up to 5 times to that guy when I try to skip the dialogue.
There. Is Sean okay?
He's fine.
Um,
We're gonna be okay. I love you.
Oh my God!
the other method is just letting him talk all the way through, which is 6 seconds slower.
Hold on!
So that's all the speed tech really for this intro, is just skipping dialogue. And skipping that chunk, and also doing that fence jump.
We did it. We made it. We're okay.
Everyone, please step off the elevator and proceed up the stairs and
Oh, I should have done the cool thing with the elevator. Oh, a little bit of leg is showing.
We'll get everyone situated in your new home.
Alright, so the speed tech for this area
A better future
is to stay in first person.
Yes, up the stairs.
Because this is where it starts, as soon as you leave the house, there's this dumb problem in this game where... Okay, this is the first of many dumb problems I'm going to list. If you're in third person, you actually walk slower.
It's gone. Our home. Everything we had.
My mother and father down in D.C.
It doesn't make any sense.
God, honey. What if they didn't make it?
How long do you think to be down?
Just checking it, going over all that.
So I did a little jump to get to the vault suit, and I'm going to walk in much of a straight line as possible, so the doctor follows me in a straight line and runs as far as he can. I don't want to look at him
Hey,
Just step into
or
the
turn around or third person walk or walk in a zigzag or whatever, because the farther I get down here, the more he'll run towards me. And I'm basically waiting on him to get to the end of the hallway.
Just relax.
And then when he starts talking, I talk to him to skip his dialogue, and then get in here for about a 2.5 minute cutscene.
Occupant vitals.
And we're about to go into the... I can't really... Alright, so it looks like your streamer, Shadex, doesn't have very good download speed. Or upload speed, I mean.
This is the one. Here.
So,
Open it.
I've got to drop down to half my bitrate on the next available loading screen.
Almost.
I don't want to do it right now. I would waste time. Well, yeah.
I got it. Let the boy go. I'm only gonna tell you once. I'm not giving you
Ugh, okay, I'll do it now. It looks like shit. He got shot, by the way. 3,500, I'll go down to 2,000. Apply. Okay, there we go.
Let's go. At least we still have the backup.
Yeah, but it doesn't automatically keep going. Arc! Loading screens would work just fine. This game has long loading screens. Even on like an SSD. Okay, I'm treating this like my stream right now, I'm just yelling at the chat. That's not what this is about. This is about having a good time and firing shots. That was the first shots fired of the marathon, by the way. Kellogg fired a shot right there. I mean, Mysterious Stranger fired a shot. Okay, so now I'm going to start running and I can start grabbing items and glitches are going to begin. Besides the dialogue skipping glitch. So I'm going to do item climbing and clipping with these cones. She's got something in her throat. Alright, there's the first one. That skips like 6 seconds. I want to be a certain distance away from the cone. That's a good angle. And I gotta come over here to activate the elevator. Now, you'll notice I skipped the Pip-Boy. We don't really... You'll still have a Pip-Boy when you're outside, you just don't have the texture of the Pip-Boy. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is setting up a glitch called a cover slide. So I went behind cover, and while I was looking around cover, I went into third person. And that stored the animation of me going back behind cover again. So next time I go back into first person with my gun out, it'll slide me towards that part where I'm supposed to be. But if I leave my leave that cell and go into another cell, it'll just send me towards the origin point of the next map that I'm in. And since we're in like the northeast corner and we want to go, northwest corner, and we want to go southeast, that's kind of perfect right here. So we can just come over here and attempt to do a trick called the cover slide. We got Sanctuary, and I'm pretty sure we're alive, so this is ideal. Good run. And you may also notice that I lowered the frame rate down. During that slide, that slide's hardware dependent, and some PCs can get that pretty well on 60 frames per second, but mine can't, and neither can Blood Thunders, and neither can a lot of PCs, because they load really quickly because they're good. Shots fired. Shots fired. Here we gotta help out the Minutemen. Shots fired. There's the fastest faction for helping us get into the Institute, which we have to do later on. Minutemen outfit. Shots fired. Shots fired. This is the bobby pin, the only door we lockpick in the whole game. There we go. Mentats, we're looking for Jet and Buff out.
First mistake.
Alright, we didn't get either in the coolers, which are the most common places for them besides the shopping lots. Shopping split. Alright. And here comes our favorite guy in the game, Sturges.
Glad to help. Please.
He's the guy on the table back there.
Sorry. One good idea can make all the difference.
There's a crashed vertibird up on the roof. Old school. Pre-war.
Right. Minigun. No. I'll help if I can.
Alright. And now I gotta go to the power armor and clear out the hostiles here that are all firing shots at me. So the quickest way to do this whole area is to go to the roof with item climbing. And now when I get inside the suit, there's a good chance it'll be the quick animation because I'm in combat. Like that. It's the jump in. You'll see the not quick animation later so you can compare the two. When I land here, I'm gonna go into third person and first person again so I can trigger that around. And since I didn't go through the back door to get to the power armor, I item climbed to it, a lot of enemies didn't spawn, so I don't need to take out my minigun, which slows me down until I get to over here. And we're gonna kill the Deathclaw. Shots fired. Good section. And now I want to switch to my pistol because that's bound to 4 and I move quicker with it. And I just leveled up and got Action Boy, which increases my AP regeneration. Now I'm still inside the power armor even though I move slower with it, because I'm about to do the cover slide glitch again from before, but I'm going to use tab instead of going back into first person, so I can travel chunks of distance multiple times. And power armor makes it so you don't take any fall damage. So Here we go. Hopefully this goes well. Oh, went perfectly. Game crashed. Fallout 4. So what I'm going to do here is go back inside and set it up again and then do the slide again. And then do it until the game doesn't crash. Cover slides are not retained through loading screens. Well, it's not retained when you load a game. If you go outside, it'll still be active. And that's technically a loading screen when you, like, go through the store. But not when you load one yourself. It needs to be all one fluid file, I guess. Let's try not to hit the billboard, or so I have to do a dank backup strat. Improv. This is kind of hard, and you need to really focus on, like, I look at when my AP bar regenerates, that little meter, and when it actually turns, that means I'm ready to press tab again. Almost. Almost. There we go. Alright, that's gonna send me right here. Come on. Don't be terrible. This is also hardware dependent. It's inconsistent. I think this is good. I heard a landing sound. If it's not, I can press tab again. And hopefully shoot towards it again if I went too far. I'm trying to get towards green tech genetics. Okay, that was good. That was good. And I want to be right here with my power armor, because that's the spot where I look at when I fast travel back here later. I want to be at green tech genetics later on in the run, so it's good to get the fast travel point for it. Oh, come on. Let me jump up here. And I've been playing for about, like, 18 minutes now-ish. 17? I don't know. So, I'm gonna want to get the final quest of the game already, because I've been playing for long enough. So I'm gonna come in here and clip out. Since this cell is a cave entrance, and it's also inside water, if we make a save file, and then load it from the main menu, it automatically loads us in the top of the water. But since the top of the water is out of bounds, we're also out of bounds. And right over here is where the Minutemen questline ends. And we can clip out and get that last quest. The nuclear option one. And the only thing that does is make it so Sturges, that character we saw earlier, leaning against the computer, it makes it so his inventory has this chip that we can use to relay the Minutemen into the Institute, which is the final place of the game. Which, that skip was found by Dr. T-Chops, one of your co-hosts of the marathon, and it skips the second half of the game. Well, like, the last 40%, I would say. Probably the biggest skip, but it's, like, so elaborate and weird. It used to be much more elaborate, but it's not that bad anymore. We used to have to, like, climb Mass Fusion, which is this big red building over here on my left. We used to have to climb this whole thing with buckets. And boy, was that fun. So I discovered mass fusion because it's going to be a little faster to travel to places later on from that location. And I'm going to do a vendor glitch. And I'm going to buy healing items, the destroyer's left leg. I'm going to buy things and then tell you what I bought and why I bought it afterwards, but I just want to focus right now,
Hey there.
if you don't mind.
New face walks in.
Sure. Let's take a look.
See if you can follow along.
Right. Until it doesn't.
Hey, yay. Nope. What do I want? That? Sure. I've got a lot of guns, so I'm fine.
She ain't one of us.
No love for your
This keyboard's so weird.
You can't just let's do this. Walk all over us. One day.
Tab? Okay, I'm like... Ugh, gross. My menuing sucks. Okay, I did a lot of things there, and I'm going to talk about it now so I wouldn't screw them up then. Imagine if that sluggishness was accompanied with talking. That would have been really bad. So the first thing I did in there was shop at Daisy. And I got guns for clipping, but I already had enough from the enemies that I picked up, so I only needed 4 more guns in the rest of the run, and I've got enough. Stimpaks and Radaway, so I can heal myself and not die in the glowing sea. What else? The destroyer's left leg is the most important thing that we buy there. And it provides like 10% faster movement speed when worn. So that's just awesome in general. I don't know how much time it saves, but it saves time. In the meantime, we also got the destroyer's chest piece, or whatever that was. The chest piece. I don't think it was destroyers, but it was a special chest piece. Just because it has good, like, defense, I guess. It doesn't waste any time, really, to get. It's useful. In case, like, you know, a lot of enemies shoot you or whatever. And the biometric scanner, which is really important for building the teleporter to get into the Institute later on. And I'm going to clip into Diamond City right here. There we go. The reason we go into Diamond City is because it's slightly faster than running all the way around Diamond City to get to the glowing sea. Just by like about 5 seconds. But that's not even like why. You would also need like a perfect clip for it to be even useful in that regard. But mostly because if we go into Diamond City and then leave, we skip the Piper cutscene of Piper having to come in, which advances the storyline of having to get Nick Valentine later on for the main quest. And then I went over to Cleo, the robot market person, and I got a Fat Man and a Mini Nuke. And we're gonna kill 2 things with the Fat Man Mini Nuke combo. And that's the Courser and Kellogg. And there's one more Mini Nuke that's right next to the Courser later on, conveniently. So that's gonna be the one we use to kill him later. So right now, this is like a semi-long walking section where it's just running straight to Virgil's cave in the glowing sea. There's a suicider over here, which is a super mutant with a mini nuke in his hand. He's never killed me, never will. So you may be wondering why I'm going to the glowing sea now, if there's absolutely no purpose in terms of storyline. Well, I have to go to the glowing sea at some point. So as long as I get the fast travel point, this only really wastes like 5 seconds-ish. I'm not even going to try to think of how much time it saves because that's not the point. Would Lost. Because like we have to come over here at some point for the story. But it would be faster to go here later on if cover sliding didn't exist. But cover sliding exists. So on the way to Virgil's cave and the Rocky Cave, I'm going to set up a cover slide, and then I'm going to keep my gun tucked away in my pocket. And then I'm going to discover Virgil's cave. And then I'm going to go back to that power armor that I left at Green Tech Genetics earlier on in the run. Fast travel up to Vault 111. And then my cover is still stored all the way down in the glowing sea. So then I'm going to slide south from Vault 111, and it's going to bring me straight to Fort Hagen. Because the next thing that we're trying to do is kill Kellogg. So this is setting up to kill Kellogg, and on the way to Kellogg, I'm getting the fast travel points for the glowing sea. And also a save file at the glowing sea, so I can do a trick called a load warp later on, but I'll describe that as I'm doing it. The first load warp is going to happen right after Kellogg. And it's all going to happen really quickly, so after I kill Kellogg, you'll see me just like load a save file, but I'll explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it there. Right here, this is where the Radaway comes in handy. I've really got like no armor. I picked up and put on the Minutemen outfit, by the way, which is a random drop. On the body outside of the Museum of Freedom. But the Minutemen outfit gives you +1 agility, which gives you 10 more agility. Like AP points. AP, action points. So it's kind of nice. It's mostly nice for the first big chunk of a sprint, in the beginning of a sprint. So like if I fast traveled somewhere and then started running, I'll have a full AP bar with like 20 more, with like 10 more AP than usual. So that's like a second and a half more of running, which is kind of nice. It saves time throughout the run. It's not a huge deal if you get it or not, but it's nice. The biggest thing that saves time on running really is Nuka-Cola Quantum, which increases, which refills a bunch of AP. About 75% of my AP bar will get refilled with a Quantum. And Buff Out also increases my endurance past the normal 10 limit. And Buff Out and other meds that increase your endurance are the only thing that can bring your endurance past 10. There's endurance enhancing armor that's possible to get in the run, like through RNG. And if you wanted to go out of your way to get it as well. But that doesn't make a difference, because for some reason it doesn't actually go past the threshold. But I didn't get any Buff Out. No Quantum. That's fine. This run is still noticeably the same speed. So I got the fast travel point, gonna make a hard save, and now I'm gonna go to Green Tech Genetics. And on the way here, before I got in the Crater of Adam, I set up that slide. And this is where it comes into handy, where you can see why I put that vault, not vault, get away. You can see why I put that power armor in this specific spot right here. Because the way that they fixed clipping from New Vegas and Fallout 3 is by when you reload your game, you're not allowed to move for any bit of time, but all other controls can still be used, such as the interact key. So during the fade in there, I was interacting with the power armor and starting to get in it while I was still locked to not be able to move. And now that I've got the power armor and I'm going to Vault 111, I'm going to slide, hopefully, next to Fort Hagen. And this is the last cover slide of the game, thankfully, because these are just not really in my control. I can do the same setup every single time and try to get as good as I can with one setup, but it's still, I might go too far sometimes, and I just might not some other times. This looks like a pretty decent slide, though, as long as this last chunk loads me the appropriate distance. Yeah, this'll do. I think this is closer than it would have been. Yeah. So now, no more power armor. I can leave it there. And I'm gonna do my first gun clip right here. No, not with the minigun. That's silly. This is pretty easy. Just need the handle to be facing a certain way. Ugh. New keyboard. Gotta get used to this one. It's better, but I still gotta get used to it. Okay, and I still got the... You can see how I moved a little bit there. I still have the slide stored with my gun, because you can still use your gun after that, so I want to get rid of that slide really quick. And now I'm gonna... I still need to spawn Kellogg here, because I'm going in through the back entrance, skipping the entire, like, building. So, in order to spawn him, I need to stand in a certain spot. I stand right by this door, which starts his dialogue, which spawns Kellogg. Pull out the minigun. I want a quick save because sometimes this will shoot a wall and not hurt him at all. Come on, where's your body? Military grade circuit board. Come on. There we go. And now I'm loading a previous save file, but I just quick saved before I did that. And while I'm hitting the fade out of this cave, I'm going to hit quick load. And the character that I just quick saved, my furthest progress right after killing Kellogg, is on the other side of this fence, other side of this sewer. And able to escape out of harm's way. And load warps loading screens are twice as long as a usual loading screen because you're pretty much loading twice, if that makes any sense. And so now the progress of the Kellogg character load warped out of there using the save file at the sewer that I was in, near Green Tech Genetics. And then I left, and I fast traveled to Park Street Station, because now we gotta go get Nick. So we just time traveled. Now we're back to the future. And this is a very tricky and clip-intensive area. I gotta do 2 clips out of bounds to reach Nick, and then I have to talk to him in a certain way, so I get the dialogue that I need to progress in the game. I want to make a quick save here before I grab the gun, because if you make a quick save while you're grabbing the gun, it'll fuck up. And I want to go sideways through the wall, not invert my position vertically. I can run along this. Unlike a lot of games where you can go out of bounds and just walk on the rooftop, you have to walk on an actual piece of, like, hard surface. So I gotta stay on this pipe exactly, or else I'll fall out. Or else I'll fall out. And then catch this door while falling. Ugh. Crouch, please. I gotta, like, every time I press a key, I have to, like, find it on my keyboard again. Alright, then get here, jump to this.
Hey.
Where's your son?
Okay.
What happened? Where's your son? What happened? Where's your son?
Right. And
What happened?
I wrapped around
You were right.
No.
I need to find a way.
the skinny Malone thug
Where the
And like that would have had access.
carefully, so
He's
Nick
dead.
wouldn't even have that guy's dialogue at all. And since I went into
You're right,
Diamond
Nick.
City, he believes that
Actually, I think I'll head there on my
that
own.
I'm looking for my son, and he has advanced in the quest line that he doesn't even have. So that's kind of neat. So I'm going to load warp again to get out of here. The same thing that I did after Kellogg. And now we have all the requirements to get to the halfway point of the run, which is in the memory den. And this is like an auto-scroller followed by, like, basically an auto-scroller. You have to be dumb to mess this up. And followed by like a 2.5 to 3 minute cutscene. I don't remember the length of it. It's like 240 something. And so yeah, in that time you can sit and break and go to the bathroom and stuff. It's a wonderful time for you guys to read off donations if you had donations.
You alright, sister? Brotherhood of Steel, better stay out of things.
Well, Mr.
So down here, Dr. Amari and Nick, we gotta skip their dialogue. Pretty much the only place where you can lose time in this segment is if they lock up with their
We
dialogue,
need your help, Doctor.
which I hope you guys can see because it's incredibly stupid.
Please.
Not just in this dialogue, but just dialogue all across the
Here's
game. They'll just
what I
stare at
thought.
you blankly, and there's nothing you can do
Go
about it,
on,
and you'll
Doctor.
just lose time.
Right.
Don't worry.
Hey.
Okay, nothing
I
bad
appreciate
happened. This run's actually really good so far. I got Sanctuary, I got a biometric scanner, the cover slides went well.
Pull me out, okay?
Let's see here.
Yeah. Okay, I want to get this bone cutter, I want to get the ceramic, and I want to get the jet. Stimpaks and Radaway are nice too, but not necessary.
Feeling any different?
I didn't have jet from earlier, and jet's not always there, but there is a jet that's upstairs that I could get if there wasn't jet in here.
The mnemonic
And I just need one jet for at the end of the game where I do a really long jump and out of
Tell me
bounds.
you have a way past
And
this.
with jet, it slows you down, but it doesn't slow down your horizontal movement.
See you on the
It
other
just slows
side.
down your like vertical movement when you jump and stuff. Well, when you're in midair, you can still move horizontally just as fast as usual. But yeah. And the long and short of it is I get to jump further when I have jet. Sometimes jet was used back in the day for cover sliding to Green Tech Genetics from Museum of Freedom because we didn't know how to cover slide correctly, but now we do.
Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try
So
to
this is
step
like the
you
auto-scrollery
into
part.
memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location. There.
where I'm walking on
This is
neurons.
the earliest intact memory I can find.
So this is like the big halfway point of the run, and it's got a nice cutscene in case you guys have to go to the bathroom or get a snack.
There appears to be another intact
But then it's gonna go right back
memory
into the
in
action.
temporal sequence.
You're not gonna want to blink.
There.
Your heart's gonna be racing.
How did you
So the whole goal of this run is to just get to the Institute as fast as we
Another
can,
memory to try.
and then bring in the Minutemen as fast as we can, and then talk to people and then press a button. So the way that we get to the Institute is to get Virgil to spawn, and then Virgil's going to tell us that we need help from a faction, which is the Minutemen, because they're the fastest faction, to start the teleporter with, by quite a bit actually.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to
And
tell us something. We're running out of brain here.
so Virgil
There's
spawns
one that looks most
once you
interesting.
leave this cell.
I found another
So
intact memory.
yeah,
Whenever you're ready.
we have to get to this cell, and the way to do that is you need Kellogg
Is that your
to be killed, and you need his
This
chip,
appears to be a very recent memory.
and you need to have rescued Nick Valentine with the correct story questline alignment thing. But this cutscene's kind of long, so I really need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Kellogg.
It's okay. One of these days, you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in...
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
And I'm back. Man. I had to go so bad.
Ready to relay.
I was about to fall out of my chair.
Mr. Kellogg, I hope I see you again soon.
Bye.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
Alright. So that's the memory. Did you guys catch all that plot? This juicy plot.
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever...
So now Virgil's alive and existing. So I can fast travel to his cave that we discovered earlier. Hey, there he is. I swear he wasn't here earlier. We checked, don't worry.
I know you're from the Institute. I'm not stupid.
Take it easy.
Alright, so you can talk to people from pretty far away.
I'm not lying.
And this will save like a second for when I want to run away later on when I'm
I
done
know you were
talking.
part of it. And
No?
relax. I just need to know,
Wait.
right? I'm trying to find my son.
Yeah.
Mm.
If you're...
You help me And I'll help you. Yeah, they use some sort of...
So he's telling me
Lots of them.
that coursers get into the
Let's
Institute
go.
by
Just
teleporting,
point me in the right direction.
and that the way that they do that
Okay.
is with
Let's
a
get to
chip
work.
that's connected to the coursers and the synths that work there. And the people that work there too have like teleporters connected to them and stuff. So I've got to work on building my own teleporter right now. That's what I just figured out. So the first step of the process is I'll need to decode the path to the Institute within a chip from a courser. So I need to go kill a courser right now. And I'm supposed to do like this quest where like I follow a trail from the CIT ruins, which is kind of near Green Tech, and then it leads me to here, like at radio frequencies or whatever that lead me to him. But I know where he is because I think I've played this game a few times. So I'm going to come in here, and then I'm going to blow up a guy, and then I'm going to get his brain, and then I'm going to leave.
The courser's on the second floor. Kill on site. Sentry enforcement to the block.
Good item climbs. I like this split a lot, actually. I like doing the item climbs in this place. Oh, the kind man opened the elevator for me. Okay. Get rid of all our rads. Make sure I'm equipping the pistol instead. Because there's this glitch where if you switch to a different weapon... Oh my god, that was a good climb too. If you switch to a weapon, it's going to be reloaded. I almost just split. It's just instinct to do that. So I quick saved after getting the courser chip from his body as well. And I killed him with a fat man because that's fast. More like fast man. And so now we gotta go decode the chip. And we're gonna go straight to the railroad, and they're gonna help us do it. And if we run from mass fusion, it's about like oh geez, it's like a lot faster. It's like 10 seconds faster. And we already had a biometric scanner, but if we didn't, we would be farming it off of a sentry turret that's on the way here. But we have one, so we're all good. And this is the last clip in the game as well.
Come on now, rookie.
So we have to go into our inventory to drop a gun. So this is also like the opportune time to bind our jet that we got earlier. That's going to help us with a jump later on. Oh, whoops. Forget about being optimal. Alright. That's like the most free clip ever. You can do that with a minigun. You can do that with like heavy items. It's like they didn't even put a ceiling there. It's crazy.
Contact who?
Alright, this dialogue can lock up too, but it's probably not because I'm in a marathon.
I tracked down and killed you.
Oh, Deacon. I'm...
Hopefully we can work some...
What's your...
Oh, it did lock up. Look at it.
Right.
They just stare at you. And you just have to keep going. Okay. So that's what we call losing time to Bethesda. They just have this vault at their place. And it's just full of time that they steal from us.
Hey, Dad. You need something?
Tom, our visitor here has a courser chip.
Whoa! For real? Oh man, it's been ages!
Right. Some ground rules. Tom can get you the code, but once he's done, we get the courser chip. Fine. It's yours. Alright.
Alright, little courser chip.
Hey, don't try anything.
Alright, so I gave Tinker Tom, who we'll see later on in the run, the courser chip, and I'm going to leave right as he's talking about it, which is right now. I go on a visual cue there. I'm going to make a save file here, so I can load warp to this part of the game later on, towards the end of the game.
Softly in. Come on. Show me that sweet face. Come on, baby. And we got it. We got the code.
So as soon as I get the quest updated,
Good work.
gonna go to the glowing sea now for our fourth load warp of the game. One in Kellogg, one for Nick, one for the Courser, one for there, and then 3 at the end of the game. And those ones are the hardest ones. But now I got the chip decoded. Load warping has gotten rid of every backtracking in this run. Every piece of backtracking, which is nice. And we can go to every previously visited location.
Wasn't sure I'd see you again. You managed to get...
I have the code.
Suppose I should... You did? How?
The railroad helped.
I...
So Virgil's gonna be all like, okay, if you want to build the teleporter,
sure
you're gonna need help from like a team of people.
I've got it covered.
Good.
And I'm like, I know a team of people. So I go back to that team of people. And they're all like, okay, but you need to do something for us first. So I go do that for them. But first, I want to level up Pickpocket twice. So the thing that I steal from Sturges right now is going to happen a lot more consistently. Alright, this is the Sturges RNG element of the game. He is somewhere around here, and I just don't know where. I think he's right here. Yep. I checked every location except for this one. Okay. That's like normally a 50% chance.
Good to see you again. I was hoping you'd show. I should have.
And which feels like a 20% chance, but after you level up Pickpocket twice, it's like an 85% chance that you'll get it first try.
Just my son.
So that's not a good Sturges location,
Right.
but it's fine.
I'd be glad to help.
That's fantastic. The Minutemen, Buck.
I need your help with these schematics.
I just want to talk to him about the questline as
These are
much as I
plans
can
for
right
building
now.
a signal in
Because later on I'll want to talk to him less.
They kidnapped my baby.
Damn. I haven't forgotten that.
Alright. So now we're going to go help his settlement out. So there's these settlers over here that want help from the Minutemen. And if I help them out, they might join the Minutemen team over here in Sanctuary. It'll be a blast, I promise. So, Preston's all like, hey, like I said, if you want us to build that teleporter, which you're totally going to build and we're not going to build, then you're going to have to do something for us. You're going to go help out these settlers, make sure they're okay. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's only fair. It's how video games work. We have to do one settlement quest in the game. Everybody hates Minutemen settlement quests. There is a segmented strat here, and I guess desperation real-time strat, where you could shoot a mini-nuke through the sky, have it land in the settler's house through a crack in their wall, but it's random on which directions Fat Man mini-nukes get thrown. And the reason you would do that is because you want to kill them. Because this is what I think about your settler quests. Shots fired.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Do you have a moment? I wanted to thank...
So I'm gonna go tell them that they had some trouble.
I had some trouble. That settlement you sent me to. They aren't going to support our cause.
That's a real shame. We can't afford about not.
I figured you'd...
So I basically just go kill the settlement, and he's just like, "Oh darn, that's a shame."
Only if we never.
As long as you don't give up. That means a lot coming from you, Garvey.
So I'm spamming through the dialogue until he lets me build the teleporter.
That...
Mark it on your map.
You wanted help earlier. Some kind of machine.
The Institute uses teleportation.
So now I'm free to build the teleporter with the help of Sturgis. And this is one of the biggest RNG parts of the game. Sturgis has to be close, he has to not fight, and he has to not talk to me in weird ways.
Most people are good at
What the
breaking
fuck are you sitting on?
I enjoy putting them back together.
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Sure thing. Let's see what you've got.
Here you go.
Wow.
It's real. I got it from an ex-inst...
Sear?
Good work, Sturgis.
So I got ceramic and copper and a biometric scanner. Whoops. Ah, God, this keyboard. And
Hey, Sturgis.
How's it going? Did you find a good spot?
Yeah.
a military-grade circuit board, and a lot of the other things that are used to build this are already in your station by default. So, you don't really need to go out and look for too many supplies when you want to build the teleporter. Now we gotta connect them all with copper wires. No, I'm not, Sturgis.
I'd be glad to help.
Just make this work.
Okay, this is like...
Sturgis.
Everything looks good.
This isn't considered good luck, Sturgis. Like,
Let's
not
do
the
this.
best luck that you need for a record.
I'm ready when you
But
are.
yeah, because he
Okay.
asked if I wanted to do some work.
Real still. I don't want any corruption
And,
of the molecular beam.
He also
By the
asked,
way, I figured this was a golden
like, he was
opportunity
talking to me
find
while
out
sitting
as
down
much as
in
we can
his
about
invisible
the
chair.
Institute, what they're up to. Now, this holotape's all
So now we've got the teleporter built. We've got 5 large generators, so we can fuel the base, the bracket thing, and the signal thing. And then we got the small generator that supplies 3 energy to this table right there. And it's all connected together. So everything works with everything. And now that we're in the Institute, we're supposed to like go talk to Sean and do a lot more quests in the game. Normally about like another 45 minutes. But I pickpocket Sturgis earlier, and I just put in the relay Institute, like the Institute relay chip. So they're just gonna come here right now. I'm gonna set up an indoor cover slide right now, just to same cell indoor cover slide, just so I can save like 2 seconds when I run back there. So I have to talk to Preston real quick and get a get an explosive that I'm going to put on the core of the
They think
institute,
they're better than us.
of the energy
Should've
source.
read their history. And you're gonna need get that on the reactor.
All right, and this is the legendary chair that if you get out of, you'll be out of bounds. You can do that one at home, kids. Alright, so this is why we need Jet, so we can jump far enough to do this trick. It is possible without Jet, but it's really hard. Ugh. Yeah, I didn't jump soon enough, so. Because I had to figure out where my WASD was again, because it's just my muscle memory. It's not used to this new one. Ugh. It's tricky. I'm trying to grab the door while falling midair. There we go. Now I'm setting up another cover slide right here, because in this next map right here, this next cell, which is just like a loaded map environment in the game, I want to go towards the center of it technically, so that'll help. When I... oh, don't want to do that. I'll do some pro bucket strats.
Hostile sensor. You must be terminated.
So I made a quick save after placing the charge, and I'm going to load this save file that I made next to this door that's near Preston, so I don't have to backtrack all the way back. So hopefully I can hit the 1 frame on quick loading during this door animation. So the character that I'm quick loading will be on the other side. And these are like the 3 hardest load warps. There's this one, there's one at the railroad, and then there's this one again. And if you mess up, and you're too late, then you can just turn around and go through the door again, trying it again until it works. That should work. I say should. Didn't. Alright, that seemed like a good one, but I got really exciting music. So that always makes me feel like I messed up. No, I'm good. It's an extra long loading screen, so I got it. Alright, so the character that I quick loaded is on the other side of this door. And so it's like I'm teleporting all the way back here. So I can, funny enough, get to a teleporter.
Yes?
Let's get this done,
And I'm going to talk to Desdemona to skip her dialogue.
Get to the Institute and make contact.
And it doesn't know what to do with me right now. It's teleporting me to the teleporter, and it still wants to send me somewhere, so it never gets rid of this screen right here. So I'm going to have this, like, giant blue taco on my screen until the end of the game. Hey, I got that first try. That's the hardest one in the game. Alright, Tom, are you awake or are you asleep?
Cannot.
Okay, he's awake.
All right, Tom. Fire it up.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Uh-huh. He's not my son, Tom.
Look,
Yes, absolutely.
it's all
right.
Don't.
Alright, so that's a good Tinker Tom and a good load warp right there. And I have to do one more load warp to get back to the Institute. Alright, that was like the latest you can possibly hit quick load. Because my screen actually did like the first frame fizzle of the fade in, but it didn't. So this will work. After you do them for long enough, you just know. And so now this is the end of the game. Sturgis doesn't even want to look at us. I hope you guys enjoyed Fallout 4, because now the teleporter is sending us to blow up Mass Fusion. To blow up the CI2 from the top of Mass Fusion. It's so convoluted, but it makes no sense. We send in the Minutemen, but then they give us the quest line for the end of the game, but we already have that quest line, so it gives us the duplicate style of that quest line that the Railroad also can give us. So we beat the game with the Railroad, but we're still on the Minutemen's side, so the Railroad is our enemy while we're beating the game. And that's why these guys are our enemy, but they don't fight back. Shots fired. Shots fired. And get ready on time, Shaddix. Time. I hope you all enjoyed Fallout 4.
I can feel it wash over me.
It's a pretty okay speedrun, but grinding it out is just terrible. Because there's so much randomness and just pure luck that you have to get, and agony and long cutscenes in the beginning. But it's really interesting how it all works out.
I close my eyes. I see my life.
It's neat how all the skips work together, and
before the bombs,
a lot of people worked really hard together
everything can change
to bring it down this far.
And the future you plan for yourself shifts.
When it just started out as just like
at some point,
Arcdice and Chops and myself and Rydao and Miku and then Havard and then Gingenia and Julesen and BT came along, and there was also Negaphil who did runs back a while back.
Ripped apart and put back together.
I mentioned Havard, I think. Yeah.
I hoped I could find my family.
I'll be doing this run at European Speedster Assembly and at Summer Games Done Quick in July.
But now I know.
So keep an eye out for that if you want to watch it then.
I can't go back.
There's going to be a pretty nice Bethesda block happening at Summer Games Done Quick. And this is going to be the finale for it, so that's kind of neat.
This time I'm ready. Because I know.
This is the first time I beat the game as a lady, I think.
War never changes.
And, yeah. If you guys follow, I'm going to do this run every now and then if you really kind of like it, you know? It's kind of nice. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Shots fired! I really appreciate it. And, stick around.